The war has gotten to a stage where the whole world needs to pay more attention than ever cause a global crisis will break out if care is not taken, as most countries, especially the Gulf nations, are no longer safe. The war escalated after US and Israeli forces launched airstrikes on Iran. Iran retaliated by attacking targets in the Middle East and threatening shipping routes. One of the most critical events is the crisis in the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow sea route where about 20% of the world's oil supply normally passes. When shipping there stopped or slowed, oil tankers avoided the area. Global oil supply was disrupted, energy prices increased worldwide. This is why the war quickly affected the global economy, not just the countries fighting. The UAE is geographically close to Iran, so it is directly affected. Key effects: Iran launched missile and drone attacks at U.S. bases and targets in Gulf countries. Some attacks and threats increased fears in Gulf cities. Several Middle East countries, including the UAE, temporarily closed airspace and diverted flights. Travel warnings and flight suspensions reduced tourism. Businesses worry about instability in the region. Gulf economies depend on trade, aviation, and energy exports, so prolonged war could harm them significantly. People in the Middle East and nearby countries are worried about missile strikes, expansion of the war to more countries, oil facility attacks, cyberattacks, or terrorism. Governments in some countries have prepared evacuations or emergency plans for citizens in Gulf states. This fear also affects tourists, Maryland stock markets, daily life in some cities. In the United Kingdom, protests have happened mainly because of opposition to military involvement, support for ceasefire in the Middle East, rising cost of living linked to the war. Many demonstrators are asking the UK government not to support escalation in the conflict and to push for diplomacy. The war is also worrying economists because it may reduce UK living standards if energy prices keep rising. Fuel prices are rising mainly because of oil market panic. Reasons: tankers cannot easily pass through the Strait of Hormuz. Shipping delays reduce supply. Brent crude rose to around $85 to $93 per barrel and could reach $120 if the war continues. For example, in the UK, diesel rose to about 147p per liter, petrol increased to about 136p per liter after the conflict began. European natural gas prices jumped sharply because of attacks on energy facilities and supply disruptions. Experts warn the war could lead to higher inflation, worldwide supply chain disruptions, slower economic growth, more expensive transport and food. If oil reaches $100 plus per barrel, many countries could face another energy crisis similar to 2022. The war affects the whole world because it is happening in the main oil-producing region of the planet. So when conflict disrupts oil shipping, fuel prices rise, transportation costs increase, economies feel the shock. Are you in the Gulf areas? If you are not, what will you do when it escalates to your region? Let us know your mind in the comment section. If you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and stay tuned as we are dedicated to bringing you the latest happenings around the world.